wasn't the most comfortable of beds, but hey, served a purpose. Oh, excuse me. Okay, well, there you go, you see. It is just after dawn. I don't know why he's just going to bed now. A night owl he must be. Good morning.
Good morning. Good luck then.
Breakfast. It would be nice to have some breakfast. Well, tavern is markedly more quiet this morning than it was last night. Quite the hive it was. Right, okay, so where's the tavern keeper? He's sleeping. Oh. Perhaps it's too early to nab breakfast. Excuse me, you don't mind if I... Well, do you know what? I'm not dying of starvation. I'll come back later. I do have some pretzels in my pack and... Oh. Do you mind if I nab some... stew as well? Oh. Better not to, I suppose. Okay. Breakfast it is. And then to the church. Ah, well, it's better. Full belly. And people are beginning to rise from their pits. Excellent. Well, let's go see if we can find this priest. He knows something about Lubosh. Limpy Lubosh. Hey, hang on a second. Another priest? Well, it is a fine morning. You might as well enjoy the sunrise, I suppose. Oh, what is he? Has he got a stick in his hand? What is he doing? It's a strange practice for a priest. Hello? Excuse me? Hello? Hello? Sorry to disturb you so early, middle of your sword practice, but yeah, about that.
I see you know how to wield a sword, Father. I wouldn't have expected that from a man of the cloth.
With a stick. I practiced with a stick. Reminder of my youth and days gone by, and it helps keep me in good form.
The blessings of our good Lord be with you, Father. I'm here in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa, investigating the massacre at Neuhof, which seems to be connected to a murder here. Can I ask you a few questions?
It seems Sir Hanush is employing children as investigators. But ask as you wish, boy. I hope this nasty business will be cleared up quickly.
Did you know Lubosh? What was he like?
A bit of a lost soul. Simple, rough fellow, but at heart I don't think he was such a bad person.
Did you notice anything suspicious recently?
My child, all sorts of suspicious things have been going on recently. People like Lubosh don't know what to do about it, and sometimes they do stupid things.
That's really not a lot of help to me, Father.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing on the day Neuhof was raided?
Unfortunately, I do know. And I'd like to help you with your investigation, but I can't.
What?
I'm bound by certain vows that forbid me to tell you.
Vows more important than catching dangerous murderers?
There are laws of God above the laws of man, son. And one of those is the sanctity of the confessional.
Father, surely you can't be serious. There must be situations in which you can make an exception.
There are things that apply always, no matter what the circumstances, and this is one of them.
But Lubosh is dead. You can't hurt him, but if you don't tell me, more innocent people may die.
If I told you, I would be betraying a vow that's a cornerstone of the Holy Church. If people believed the sanctity of the confessional couldn't be trusted, the consequences would be even worse than that.
Worse than the death of innocent Christians? Worse than the murderer escaping punishment?
No one escapes punishment.
Father, Lubosh was my only lead to the Neuhof raiders. Only he could tell me who was responsible for that massacre. If I don't find out who it was, it will probably happen again. Surely you wouldn't want that.
I wouldn't. But I can't betray the sanctity of the confessional. I'll tell you what. Give me some time and I'll try to think up some way of helping you. Suppose we talk it over in the evening, in the tavern, over a cup of good wine. Maybe we'll come up with something.
All right. Thank you, Father.
Good luck to you.
Flippin' hellfire, the sanctity of confessional. Oh, damn it! It's my only lead. What am I gonna do? Okay, well, he said to meet him at the tavern this evening over a cup of wine. Okay, but what the hell am I going to do between now and this evening? The only thing I can think of is returning back to Erte and maybe doing some more training, but... Oh, bugger it, fine. And I could spend some time here, but there's not... I could look into learning to read. I mean, that seems like quite an interesting pursuit. And it would be handy. I mean, just look at the situation I find myself in now. I mean, if I could have read that message, maybe I wouldn't even need his help. I mean, I'm not going to learn to read by this evening, but hey, I mean, if I start to learn to read now, perhaps it might interest me enough to keep on with the pursuit and I can learn to read, you know, over the next few months. And I mean, being an employee of Sir Radzig, I mean, being able to read surely will be helpful. You know what? I think that's what I'm going to do. Let's go see the scribe. At least find out. I don't know what I mean. Where would you start? Would he have to teach me? It's not going to be easy, is it? I feel it would be easier to learn to swing a sword than it will be to read words on a page, but hey, I have to start somewhere with swinging a sword, and I'm not too bad now, so I suppose it's the same with reading. You just got to start somewhere and keep practicing, and you'll eventually get there in the end, I suppose.
Come right up. Fresh cabbage, carrots, onions, radishes.
Cabbage.
Everything you need for a proper soup.
No, it's not the time for cabbage or onions, I tell you. Right. Let's distract ourselves a little bit. Pass the time until the evening. I don't know, maybe... I mean, is reading something you can learn without being taught it? Can't self-teach reading, surely. I don't know. Hello? Ah. Oh. Good morning. Pardon the intrusion.
Good day to you. I'd like to learn to read.
You? You don't look like the makings of a priest or clerk. But why not? I've taught all sorts. Bear in mind, it won't be all that easy. You'll need plenty of time and a few groschen for my trouble.
groschen. I have time at the moment. I suppose I have that too.
All right. I don't want to waste time. We can get started. The sooner I master it, the better.
Very well. I will require some groschen from you, though, and set aside at least a couple of days so I can put you through your paces, if indeed time is of the essence.
Couple of days? I have the groschen.
Here are your groschen.
Then we may as well start. No. He did break his vow, but better than to dishonor it here. May he follow his heart. Wake up, lad. It's time we were getting on. So, let's see you read a bit. There's a book here on the table. Try to read it.
Will I manage?
You ought to be able to. It's a simple text. Come back once you've worked your way through it.
Okay. Well, let me see this. Okay. One day, a countryman going to the nest of his goose found there an egg, all yellow and glittering. When he took it up, it was as heavy as lead, and he was going to throw it away because he thought a trick had been played upon him. But he took it home on second thoughts and soon found to his delight that it was an egg of pure gold. Every morning the same thing occurred, and he soon became rich by selling his eggs. As he grew rich, he grew greedy, and thinking to get at once all the gold the goose could give, he killed it and opened it only to find nothing. An interesting book, actually. I feel like there's a meaning behind that story.
I've read the book.
Wonderful. So tell me, what have you learned?
I have learned that being greedy doesn't pay. Indeed. There's a moral in the story there.
That being greedy doesn't pay.
Excellent. You're one of my most talented pupils. You've uncovered the meaning hidden in the letters. Like I told you, books are valuable, and the words that you place in them ought to be no less so.
Does that mean that I can read then?
Yes, you have the foundation. Remember, my boy, the pen is mightier than the sword. To fully learn your way around words will take a lot more reading yet. Now we'll move on to the second lesson, which will be much harder. Many books are written in Latin, the language of erudite and religious men. If you really want to be able to read, there's no getting away from Latin. There's a book on the table with some text. Read it and then come back. You need not understand it, but you should master the letters.
I only just managed the fable about the goose, and now you're asking me to tackle Latin.
You're a clever lad. You'll manage.
If you say so. Okay. Okay, that's the goose. Is this the Latin text? You sit down here. I feel like this is going to require all my attention. Right, what's this? Okay. The hell is this? Nulsu est ibre matut salum walsu autumon and part proceed. What a magistri may be, muti opitimus. I can't bloody. Not a chance. See having a laugh. Where's he gone? Probably left me thinking I'll be here all night trying to master that one. He's not too far from the truth, I tell you. Right, okay. Perhaps it's time that I did stretch myself out a bit. He's done a bloody runner on me. Hello? Hello? Oh, what the hell did... Okay, forget about it.
I read the page.
So tell me, Distrupule, what's written there?
I think it is noodles.
Nullus est liber tam malus, ut non lique parte prosit.
Good heavens! Don't tell me you haven't had lessons before. Excellent. Well, there's nothing more I can teach you. Congratulations. You can go and be ordained right away.
Thank you, Domine. I'm feeling a lot wiser.
Oh, perhaps I should give myself more credit. Indeed, 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 indeed. Right. Okay. Perhaps I might see what books he's got to sell.
Take care now.
Look at all these books. 55 groschen a book. My gosh, I've got 136 groschen left. Seems I've spent a bit. What's this? A book to help me read. Interesting. 55 groschen. Got a feeling I'm going to need some money soon. I think I need to strike while the iron is hot. You know what? I'm going to purchase this.
Can we do something about the price?
Aye.
Come on, I am your star student after all. How about 50 groschen?
What about this?
Well, a little more, and we'll call it a deal.
52?
Aye. For that amount, I can be persuaded.
Ah, excellent. Right. 84 groschen left. And I do have time to pass before... Well, before evening, so maybe I can I read here perhaps? Yes, I think so. And if I get stuck, I can always ask the scribe for help. Baba Black Sheep, have you any wool? You'll find out our latest publication. Well, I am completely and utterly all read out. I wonder if he'll buy his book back.
Good health to you. Take care now.
So it's almost like renting a book rather than buying it. Right then. Now, by my reckoning, it should be time to head to the tavern and perhaps speak with the priest. I've got to get my thinking cap on as to how I can convince him to spill the beans. See if the old priest is there. And if he is, will he divulge the information I need?
Mushrooms, apples, carrots, cabbage.
Another fine evening. Hopefully it will be a lucky evening. We can convince this man. To spill the beans, right, okay. Is he in here? No. Maybe it's too early for him. Oh well. I think I could have a little snack while I'm waiting. Enjoy the sun outside. Enjoy the evening. Hello again, innkeeper.
Good health to you.
And you, and you. I just wondered if I could perhaps get something to eat. I'm just waiting for somebody. What do I fancy? Maybe some salami today. No? It's a bit pricey. I suppose sausage. Yeah. Have a couple of smoked sausages, please. I'm not going to haggle today. I've got better things to worry about right now than saving a handful of coins. Right, okay, well, I'll pull up my usual pew here and we'll wait patiently whilst eating a sausage. Maybe a pretzel as well, and wait for the priest to turn up. Hey, dear. Oh. Aha! Good timing, eh? That sausage was relatively, that sausage was filling. So just the one sausage and pretzel for me. I have saved one of them. Right. I'll let him get sat down. I don't want to hound him straight away, but hey, I don't want to be wasting time here.
To the women. God bless them.
Takes me back to my victory last night. It was rather satisfying. Hello, Pebbles. Just thought I'd come and give you a wee pat. How you doing? I know we've been here for a while, but hopefully soon we'll be back on our way. You can go back to your friends in Rote in the stables, can't you? You're good boy. Right, I think he's had long enough to settle down. Perhaps if I actually hound him enough, he'll just give me what I need. Right, excellent. Good evening, Father. Hopefully you've had a good day. Now, where were we?
I'm sorry I can't tell you everything, but maybe we can work something out. But first, I'd like to hear something about you, my son. With whom do I have the honor? Where are you from?
I'm from Skalitz.
Oh, I'm sorry. What about your kin?
As you wish.
They're dead.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Here, we'll drink to them. It must have been terrible.
It was terrible. It seemed so pointless. We had no warning. They just appeared and began the slaughter. God knows why. They killed anyone who didn't make it to the shelter of the castle. My parents, my girl, even the Deutsch who was on Sigismund's side. I didn't make it to the castle. I wanted to try and help my parents, but there was nothing I could do. Then I fled to Townburg with the Cumans on my heels. They almost killed me. They slaughtered people in the surrounding villages. There was a pile of bodies in front of a church in Rovna. Folk who tried to take refuge there, but they...
My poor child. May God grant them eternal rest. And how did you come to get this assignment? I'd have expected Sir Hanush to send that old grouch, Bernard.
He did, but I found a witness and the trail led here to Ujit, so he sent me here to follow it up.
Ah, well, congratulations. It's nice to see someone using their head to find things out instead of torture. We'll have to drink to that. Now the most important thing. What actually happened at Noyo? The good folks hereabout are saying all kinds of terrible things, but I take most of it with a pinch of salt.
The rumors aren't exaggerated this time, unfortunately. The Neuhoff stud farm was raided by bandits, but they didn't come to pillage or even take the horses. They only wanted to kill. They maimed the horses and slaughtered some people. I'm sure they would have killed more, but the bandits quarreled among themselves and broke off the attack. And judging by what's left of our Lubosh, they're still settling accounts.
I see it's every bit as bad as people claimed. Dreadful. Well then, here's to those poor souls who had to die so pointlessly and so terribly.
I've told you all about me. Now it's your turn, Father. You don't look much like our parish priest at home. I noticed you're pretty handy with a sword. I wouldn't expect that of a man of the cloth.
You know what they say. The Lord moves in mysterious ways.
But this is a bit more mysterious than others.
Let's just say I haven't always been a priest. Fate led me to places where affairs were settled by force. These days, of course, it's just a bit of exercise to keep me in shape.
Well, we've had an agreeable chat, but now let's get down to business. So, about this confessional seal. Do you really want more innocent people to die?
Henry, that's not how it works. There are matters in which you can't make exceptions because if you do it once, you'll forever be tempted to do it again. If people stop believing in the church because their confessional secrets are betrayed, they won't trust anyone, and that's worse than even the most hideous crime.
I understand, but that means I've reached a dead end. Those cutthroats will strike again, and I can't stop them.
Chin up, lad. I might have a solution.
What?
If I tell you what Lubosh told me, I'd be betraying the confessional secret. But, first thing tomorrow, I'll try something I think might help you.
Word of honor?
On my soul.
I always wondered about the things a priest tells his congregation. Where on earth do you get the ideas for your sermons?
Well, Ujits is in Prague. It's not enough to instruct people. They have to be entertained, too. If I only read from the Bible, I'd soon be preaching to an empty church.
Our priest wasn't exactly a bard. So what do you preach to your flock about?
It has to be something topical. Condemning vices. And, of course, describing them in detail. A tongue lashing about the two popes goes down well these days. And stories from real life, with a nice moral to them, are popular as well. Especially if they're about fornication and similar scandalous vices.
Can you give me an example?
Well, recently a priest by the name of Jan Hus started preaching in Prague, in the Czech language, and the people liked it. I hear he always has a full house. A journeyman who heard him told me what Hus is preaching, and I like the sound of it. I'm thinking about putting it in my own repertoire.
What's so amazing about it?
The preaching of Master Jan Hus about Mother Church. The lamentable wealth in which the church is drowning has turned to poison. And nearly the whole of Christendom is contaminated. Just like a flock of hungry ravens, they settled on this land to devour every grain of gold and silver. They know no mercy. Their hearts are corrupted by longing for wealth, and they shamelessly profit from everything. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay and you will have absolution. What if the devil himself were to pay? Would he ascend to heaven too? With such money gained from the poor, they buy beautiful horses to ride and needless servants to pamper them. They gamble at dice and dress their whores in expensive furs, while Jesus Christ walked barefoot and had no place to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too. Amen.
Well, this Jan Hus character is quite a rebel.
Oh, the congregation will love it.
I don't doubt it.
Let's drink to that.
Funny. That last bit reminds me of someone.
What do you mean? My situation's completely different. Huth preaches against the prelates and the clerics who are robbing the poor. Look at me. I don't have a pot to piss in. I'm no better off than the folk I preach to. I'm one with them in poverty and suffering and everything that troubles them. I drink with them and curse those stuffed habits in Sasau Monastery.
What do you think of this Jan Hus?
He's certainly a wise man. A little overzealous for my taste. If he got out of Prague and came here for a look, I'm sure he'd stop condemning drinking and lying with women.
What do the common folk think of it?
They like it. They're happy to hear someone say what they think themselves, but are afraid to say aloud. Things that make them angry. And they're calling for change. In a few years, it'll have grown beyond control. You mark my words, the people will rise up and the church will be shaken to its very foundations.
Yeah, unless they burn him at the stake first.
Nonsense. They can't burn a master of the most respected university in Europe.
Where can I find out more about his teachings?
You like it? I copied down some of his sermons. If you're interested, you can read them at my presbytery.
Don't you think it's a bit odd when someone boozes and lives in sin with a woman and then criticizes the Pope for debauchery?
No, I don't.
Thanks for the sermon, but I think I've been morally uplifted enough. Oh, it's getting quite late. What are your plans, Father?
What do you suppose? We have a drink, of course.
Ah, that sounds like a good plan.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Przyszła bida mora lat, to nie ustoi żadnej chlap. Na kraj padł dziesnej smutek, do mnie loi rano utek, niech już małżeński majstrat, do przerażylne staje prach. Už sej bojí svatý muži, nechtěl bych bejmě i kůži. Nám je to jedno a tak si dáme jedno a požerem si huby jako poslední jen. Půjdu se váhy a do rána slávy a tak vypal sudy a posaď se mi sem. Tak posaď se sem a vypal je ven. Ukaž kozy jako vozy, zítra jen tu jsou nejdem, tak nalej mi hned a točí se zpět.
Enough of this!
Bailiff! Come on over here, sit down and have a drink with us.
Don't vex me again, Father. It's 3 hours past dusk, and curfew is long gone.
So what?
So, I'll have you all whipped and put in the stocks, and I'll write a letter to the bishop about you, priest.
Well, nothing to worry about then. Everyone knows the only one around here who can write is me.
Enough! Men, throw them out. Oh.
You looking for a fight? Henry, back me up.
Oh. You're dragging me into this. I can't say it's the oof. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't think just. Yeah. Oof. Ha ha! I win! Pebbles, help me! Hey, wait a minute! What are you doing? No! Who's next? Who's next? Come on, I'm at you! Father? Father, where are you? Father, I can't see. Hello? It's too dark. I can't see. I can't see. Oh. Oh.
So, my dear,
Hello?
like to have a little ring on the bell?
Like a bell?
I'd love to.
Somebody mention bells?
Right, Henry.
Huh?
Stop that nonsense, Godwin. Are you out of your mind? What will people say?
They can say what they like.
Father!
Do I care? What do they do to me?
Hello?
Watch the step, my dear.
Where's the steps? I can't.
You're a
It's
buffoon.
too dark here. I can't. Wait a minute. Ooh. Oh. I got. Ooh. He said ring a bell. I've got to ring the bell. Ring a bell! Oh, where are we going?
Here we are. Look at this beauty.
We can't do this, can we?
Who says? Get ringing, wench.
This is wonderful.
Ah, bloody oath. And now, my dears, comes the climax of the evening.
Godwin, you old goat.
Come here.
Oh, God. Oh!
Priest has mounted up. What do you say, Henry? Shall we take a little ride of our own?
Oh, go. Up here. What's that one? Why are all these sheep? Go away! Father, is that you? Who's ringing the bells? Who's ringing the bells?
Well, I have to say that was a fine evening.